right. Hi, this is Monk from Liquid Hearth, and I'm here with the members of Team Doge House. Now, I'm sure most of you know Doge House, but for those of you who don't, can you all introduce yourselves? And also with that, can you say one interesting thing about you that people probably don't know?
Hey guys, I'm Max, aka Nyx, and the one thing to know about me is I'm a fucking Crip fanboy.
What's up? This is Jan Palis, also known as Ekop, also known as BM Ekop. And what you probably didn't know about me is that last Fight Night season I got super wasted and puked in Artosis' bathtub.
Hey, my name is Nimsh, and the thing you probably don't know about me is that I might have an OCD. This cable was like, we need to fix this.
Hi, I'm Savich, and what interesting do I have to say? I got nothing. I'm not interesting at all.
You can say that you're playing poker.
Yeah. I used to play like a lot of poker, like semi-professionally and stuff.
Yeah, now it's fixed.
All right, now Team Doge House has a very interesting history. Can one of you tell me how it formed and how all the members joined? I guess that's you.
All right, so in the beginning it was only me and Ekop because we've known each other for like 8 years. We always played video games and TCGs together, and we were playing the WoW TCG, which was basically Hearthstone in a TCG form. So once we picked up Hearthstone, it was pretty clear that we want to try to go pro in this game. So we formed a team and quickly picked up Martin because we've known him from the WoW TCG days. And 2 months later, Savis played in the King of the Hill, and we kind of started talking to each other, and it just worked out really well, so we picked him up as well. And before that, Artosis joined us because Ekop went to his stream and flamed him. So Artosis was like, who is this Ekop guy? And he added him on Skype. And basically what happened is Artosis joined us and we built all his BlizzCon decks. And we're a huge part of winning BlizzCon.
Yeah, it's like we helped Dan a lot. And well, he was preparing for BlizzCon, and we like tested, did decks, and yeah, but he was testing others himself as well. And also when he was playing in BlizzCon, we were like texting him like, "You can do it. You're a good player. You can win the BlizzCon," and he did. And he gave us shoutouts, so it was awesome.
All right, so out of all the Hearthstone teams right now, you guys seem like pretty much the most close-knit. You're very friendly with each other, and you guys talk to each other a lot. Can you, because you're so close-knit, I think that you guys can handle this. Can you guys, all of you, say one nice thing about everyone in the group, and also one thing that you don't like about everyone in the group?
All right, so Artosis isn't here, but what I really like about him, he handles all our stuff. When we have questions or concerns, he always talks to us and basically fixes it. But what I don't like about him is he's not playing enough. I don't feel like he's super dedicated into playing. But, I mean, he can start playing more, so that's fine. What I really like about Ekop is basically everything I've known since so long, and being one of my best friends, there's not much I hate about him, but he should lose some weight. He's getting fat. What I really like about Martin is he's really calm and always collected, but he's too much into like lore and art stuff, which is really weird. Like he has this life-sized orc in his room. I don't know how that happened. What I like about Jan is he's just basically the super nerd, playing all day, coming up with decks and contributing probably the most in terms of gameplay to this team. What I don't like about him is some of his decks ideas are pretty terrible, so I have to fix them.
Okay, so yeah, what I don't like about Janne is that he's showing all those deck lists he builds and that we show him on stream. which is probably one of the reasons why so many people copy the deck lists and we see all our decks on ladder the whole time. But I have to appreciate Jan's dedication. He's the most dedicated player I know to this game, and yeah, it's a really good thing to have him on our team. Yeah, about Max, the feeling's mutual, buddy. I mean, we know each other for such a long time, been through so much shit together, road trips and all. It was super amazing experience with Max every time. So yeah, we share a rich history. Yeah, Max is obviously a very talented player. I think one of the most talented players in Germany in anything basically that he touches. It doesn't matter if it's like League of Legends or Dota or Hearthstone or card games or even fitness, you know, like, yeah, I mean, he's physically fit. So, yeah, I really respect that and I admire him for that. So, yeah, what I don't like about Max, that he's super disrespectful. He's such a mad dogger. And he molested me so many times. I'm kind of scared of him sometimes. Yeah, and about Gnimsh, he's a really chill dude, very, very friendly, and also very like talkative, does know his way around people, unless he really comes up, and this is what I don't like, he comes up with some really weird joke that's just super creepy and makes the whole conversation awkward as fuck. So yeah, that's not what I like about you.
And Artosis.
Oh yeah, Artosis, super awesome that he brought us under his wing, showed us the world of esports, brought us here to ESGN TV, and yeah, I mean, this is a lifetime opportunity, and we are so grateful that he got us that opportunity. But Artosis should really learn to read some cards.
Okay, so what I like about Artosis is that he is a very analytical player, and he thinks about stuff. He doesn't do rash decisions, and what I like, what I don't like about him is like sometimes he thinks too much about some things and then he misses something because he's like in a vicious cycle of strategies and stuff. And what I like about Nyx is that he's a very honest person, so you can always like expect honesty and that he will say what he thinks and stuff. And what I hate about Nyx is that he's a very honest person. So if you don't like to hear something, he will still say it. What I like about Akop is that Akop is like a very dedicated guy. He's like has a very strong opinion about stuff, so he's always saying what's on his mind as well. And what I don't like about Akop is that he thinks that he's the best. Even if he is the best, you just don't throw it in the face of people. So be a bit more humble, but be yourself still. So that's cool. What I like about Janne is that Janne is like this neutral guy that likes to be friends with everybody and really doesn't want to harm anyone. What I dislike about Janne is that because he's such a good player, sometimes he looks down on people, but he's working on that. So I think it's just a slight thing.
All right, so I'll just start with Nyx. What I hate about Nyx is, I'll just start with the hating. So when I have like this awesome new deck idea and stuff, Nyx is the guy who says that the deck sucks, and the annoying part is that he's usually right, like when he says that stuff. But yeah, he's pretty good at fixing. Now we come to the good part. So he's pretty good at fixing that, and if there's something there, he will figure it out. So Max is like the best deck builder I know. And what I like about John is your like confidence, but you may be a little bit overconfident at times, and I think you should show your opponents a little bit more respect. And if you think someone is bad, you can just not say it out loud, maybe. Yeah, and about Marcin, I really like your how calm you are and how you can hold your nerves together under pressure and stuff. Like you're the best tournament player I know. Like under the circumstances, I was so nervous the last time around. It was just amazing, and thanks for helping me out with calming me down and stuff. And what I hate about you is when you talk. This Max already kind of said this, but the lore stuff, because I really couldn't care less. Sorry, bro. And about Artosis is that a negative thing is that because he's such a this big esports guy, he has a lot of other stuff going on as well. So I think out of our group, he plays the least. But I'm amazed that now we come to the good part. So I'm amazed how good he actually is. When we think that how he has so much other stuff going on at the same time.
All right, thanks everyone. Those were pretty revealing answers, and I hope Doggy House is still alive after this interview. Yeah. You don't go at each other's throats too much. My next question is that this is going to be seasons 5 and 6 of Fight Nights, and this time you have a new opponent. Unfortunately, I won't be playing, so ECOP, you should be pretty happy. It's a load off your back. But what do you know about your new opponents? Have you been able to scout them out at all, or do you even know who they are?
Well, I guess I start. So they're having 2 players from the US team, Chucky and Reels, and they have having 2 players from the EU team, Forzen and Dark Onyx. And out of those 4 guys, I only talk to Dark Onyx, but I talk to him a lot. It feels like he was on my team when we talk about deck building and playing. We agree a lot, and we share a lot of ideas. Of course, in the last 2 weeks we haven't because we were preparing for this tournament. But I'm having a lot of fun with him. He's super cool, and I don't actually talk to the other guys a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I join Max in his statement. I think the European guys are pretty chill. You can hang out with them probably. I haven't really talked to the American guys though. Chucky, I haven't spoken any single word to him, I think. And
have you spoken to Chucky's dad? We should bring up that Chucky's dad is here.
Yeah, Chucky's dad is here. I don't know why. Maybe he has to observe Chucky so he doesn't drink or something because he's 19 and in the US it's only allowed 21, right? Yeah. So never mind that. Anyway, Reels I really respect. He was the king of the hill for how many weeks? 3 weeks. Yeah, that was a pretty good accomplishment. He's a very good player. Chucky, I don't know anything about. Forzen neither. I know that Dark Onyx is obviously really good because he was at the top of the EU ladder for a long time. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to play them.
Well, so we've mentioned that I like lore and stuff, but this is actually because I'm an archivist. So let's go. So Chucky is actually a past Pokemon pro from US, and he played Pokemon for 5 years, and so he has tournament background. So he's probably a good player with regards to tournament stress and stuff. So he knows his things. Then we have Reels, and Reels is an esports pro. He was playing WoW arenas. He was traveling. He was to 20 plus esports events. So he has a lot of esports experience. And we've seen him on King of the Hill, as mentioned. So he's a very good player as well. Then we have Forzen, who is playing StarCraft semi-professionally, but he also played a lot. He switched to Hearthstone because he didn't have time to play StarCraft all the time. So Hearthstone is less requires a bit less time. And I've played against Forzen, and it's a funny story because after I've played against Forzen, I've added him and messaged him that, hey, maybe we'll test because you are a good player. And because I've owned him in that game, he was deleted me afterwards instantly. So that's my story with Forzen. And the fourth player is Dark Onyx, and Doggy House recruitment is closed because we want to keep the team small. But I think if not for that, like we could recruit Dark to our team because he's like a close friend to most of us. So yeah, that's Dark 1x, the first place in Europe for a long time on the ladder.
Yeah, well, we talk to each other a lot, so I don't think I have much to add to that. So, but yeah, for me too, like Dark 1x is the one guy who I feel like I knew before coming here the best, and he's a really good player. And I'm sure that because Mana Grind has a lot of players, there's no bad player among them. I'm sure about that. So maybe like after we get out of here, I will know them better. But for now, like I feel like I only really know Dark 1x.
I want to add something to that because I think it's time to actually reveal that I'm not playing in this edition.
Wow.
We haven't mentioned that, right? So do you want to comment on that?
Well, yeah. This time, actually, in the first and second seasons, we had Savige sit out. In the third and fourth seasons, we had Nick sit out, and in the fifth and sixth seasons, Marcin is going to sit out. Nimsh. So the games won't be filled with as much luck as the previous few seasons, but I'm pretty sure. Let me get the light. Got it. All right. So I'm pretty sure there's still going to be pretty good games. And I also, at the same time, I want to knock you down a few pegs. You mentioned you had like these extensive histories of all the players, right? But did you also mention that you also sat in the interviews with the Mana Grind people, and that's probably where you got all this like juicy information from?
I have a good answer for that because I haven't done it yet. I actually interviewed them before, like yesterday. When we were in the pub, I always try to get all the information I can.
Wow, so you're like
Such a spy.
yeah, you're like a real spy there, and you like is that information going to help you at all? You think?
I think it's like when you are playing games, it's good to have like psychological profiles of the players because then you can like try to guess what they are playing. For example, when we were playing against like Liquid Value. Against Koyuki, we knew that Koyuki is more like a control player, so there is a bigger possibility that he will be playing a control deck instead of an aggro. So it's good to have that information. And about me being a spy, that's actually an interesting thing because I was playing as a spy for the last 20 years in a Star Wars game called Star Wars Combine. So this is a new information.
That's what I mean when he talks about fucking lore and art and all that bullshit stuff no one cares about.
That's really nice. So I have to ask, what was your read on me when you first met me, and what kind of decks did you think I would play?
I had no idea.
All right, that's a very good answer. Now, like, we can't reveal too much about the upcoming seasons, but I want you to give some little spoilers about what you're going to play, anything interesting that you might have. Like, be as general as you want, but also just give something juicy to the viewers.
So I think we will see a lot of Miracle Rogue. The deck has been rising in popularity, and I think everyone on the team really likes that deck. We're gonna see a lot of Control Warrior, Control Pally, and some mid-range stuff like Watcher Druid and just typical Shaman deck, I guess. We're probably gonna see some Priest, Crazed Alchemist action. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah, totally. Like, you're going to see some decks that you haven't seen in the previous Fight Night seasons, like Rogue, like Priest. And yeah, super excited to see those, probably. I mean, the other classes have established themselves already, so now it's time for those those remaining classes to get back in there.
Can I actually mention what kind of Warlock are we testing? Is it like we're aired before? So being like I'm not playing this time, but being an aggro player, I'm super happy that everyone is testing the Murloc deck, and I think like Dan actually had the most hours of practice with the Murloc deck.
Like 10 hours into it.
Yeah, like 10 or 20 hours even. So we have different builds, tested different builds, and I really hope that Murlocs will shine at this tournament.
Do you think the viewers will be happy that there are going to be a lot of Warlocks?
I think that viewers will be happy. I don't think they will be happy. I mean, some of them will.
I think it's gonna be pretty fun to watch because for example, I was planning on playing like Miracle Rogue and Murlocs in the same like 3 decks. So it's kind of the opposites. So it might be like a nice change of pace instead of just playing like Shaman control into Paladin control into Druid control. Like they're all, well, they're not the same, but like same style. So I think it might be refreshing to see like a combo deck and then an aggro deck and then like control deck and stuff like that.
One last thing, I think we will see either very long or very short games. Not a lot of mid-rangey stuff.
Very nice. Are you sure? Watch it be like all games that last like, what, 9 turns? That's like the average?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, this interview has gone pretty far enough. I think we can end right now. So we're going to go down the row one last time and want you to give some shout outs. And one more interesting thing about yourself. Didn't expect that, did you?
Oh, man.
I threw a hammer right in there.
Oh, damn.
Damn, I don't know.
You can do it.
So he's just purposely sitting on the end, by the way, just so he has more time to think.
All right, I'm going to start. One average interesting thing about me is I'm very picky with my food. I hate bad food, and when you're here, you get a lot of bad food. And shout out to my team sitting next to me and to Artosis, who couldn't join this conversation for whatever reason. Shout out to Asian Tofu, Portex, Zigzo, Trump, Hafu, Chenman, Koyuki, and all the other little Asians. And Monk.
Yeah, so the usual shout-outs to all the Doge fans, shout-outs to all the Doge House fans, and shout-out to everyone watching ESGN Fight Night. Yeah, and like one more thing that you should know about me, or probably shouldn't know about me, but I'm going to say it anyway. I used to work for Burger King for a couple of months.
Wow. This is shocking news. I don't know if we can be friends anymore. I'm just kidding. It's a good job. Any job is a good job. So shout outs to like all the fans and all the haters. Shout outs to like to my family. And like being on a family topic, one thing that you might not know is that I have 2 younger brothers and a younger sister. And my sister is currently like traveling across the world. Like, yeah, that's it.
Wow. Such information.
Wow. All right, so one interesting thing about me. Yeah, let's start with the shout out. So shout out to Yliajo. I don't know. I don't want to count myself in, but like if I count myself out, he's the best Finnish player that I know, and we did a lot of play testing before this, and yeah, thanks. And also shout out to Hearthstone Strategy France, and yeah, to Chanman for inviting me to the show matches, and thanks to everyone who's like had me at their shows and stuff. Interesting thing about me. Let's keep that a secret.
Also, yeah, shout out to Dr. Mario, Kazooie, and Allahu Akbar.
All right, this has been Monk from Liquid Hearth, and I want to thank everyone who has sat down with me, and even Artosis, who is here in spirit.
Our imaginary friend.
Yeah, right here, imaginary Artosis. Well, this has been a great interview, and I look forward to seeing your matches tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, that's half of the interview.
That's popular. Yeah, now we play.
Now the fun part.